Hello crafters! In tonight's video I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take the first 5 minutes to take you through the July through December new mini catalog, and then we'll do our happy birthday card using the expandable trifold Miura card. And that card design I got from Lisa Curcio and her daughter Gina Curcio Holly. For that card, we're going to use a Hippest Hippo and the Hippo dies found in the SALE-A-BRATION catalog. And then we'll use the Sending Smiles bundle along with the In-Colors Designer Series paper for the background paper. Hi, I'm Joan Heberlein and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds so I can turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's the mini catalog, and I'm just going to show you the sweets that are in here. We have the Sweetest Christmas, and that comes with 2 bundles. One is a sweet candy cane bundles, and the other is a Christmas banner bundle. And then it comes with ribbons, sequins, and some designer series paper. Then the next one, it is a Santa Express suite, and that is 1 bundle. And then it has an embossing folder as well. It actually is 2 folders. And then it comes with Santa Express Memory and More's card pack, and Memories and More cards and envelopes, and also designer series paper. Then the next one is Boughs of Holly, and that is 1 bundle, the Leaves of Holly bundle, and then it has the ribbon, some textural elements. There are 20 pressed wood pieces like this here and here, and then the 12 by 12 designer series paper. And then our next suite is going to be Lights Aglow. And this comes with 2 bundles. One is the Christmas Light bundle, and that has the tree. And then the other one is the Bright Glow bundle. The Brightest Glow bundle is a sentiment bundle, but it comes with the dies that cuts out all these snowflakes. And then it comes with specialty paper and designer series paper. The next suite is our Storybook Gnomes, and that comes with 1 bundle and some ribbon in the 12 by 12 designer series paper. And then there is some accent puff paint and adhesive back gems. Probably missing a few things here. Then our next suite is the Rustic Harvest, and that is 1 bundle. And then there's a leaf and gem combo pack, so it's gems and then 25 leaves. The leaves are 2.5 by 2.5. So here's one of the leaves, and here is one of the leaves. Then it also comes with this embossing additional toolkit. So this I really wanted to have, so I bought this already. And then it has the brush and tweezers. And then it also comes with a 12 by 12 inch designer series paper, and then some 12 by 12 inch basic black paper. And then the next suite is our Gingham Cottage. And that comes with a cottage wreath bundle, silver threaded twine, pearlized enamel effects, and then the 12 by 12 inch designer series paper. And then our last suite is the Splendid Day, and that comes with the Splendid Thoughts bundle and open leaf trinkets, soft seafoam 3/8 inch ribbon, and then 12 by 12 inch designer series paper. And then when you join, you get to build your own starter kit by selecting $125 in product for only $99, plus free shipping and business supplies. But if you join during the first 2 months of this catalog, that would be July or August. In addition, you'll get this Making Plans collection. So there's a July through December of 2023 Making Plans planner, and then the Making Plans notebooks. That's 3 journals, and then Making Plans stamp set. We also have celebration going on, so from July 1st through July 31st, with every $50 purchase, you get to pick something for free out of this catalog, and it's for every $50. And then we bundled some things up where you have a $100 purchase. You can pick something for free. Let me just show you some of the things here. We've got this Hippest Hippos, and then they also have the dies, and those would be for each $50 purchase. You can pick one of those up. Then we also have the Rings of Love designer series paper. That coordinates with the Rings of Nature found in the July through December catalog. And then we've got our Pool Party and Soft Seafoam cards and envelopes, and our stylish sketches. Each of those are free with a $50 purchase. And then our Silver and Gold 6x6" designer series paper, and that's free with a $50 purchase. And then here, so you get free with a $100 purchase, Amazing Phrases. And then we've got another item that's free with a $100 purchase, and that's Tree Lot Dies. It coordinates with Trees for Sale stamp set found in the July through December catalog. Then our next one is free with a $100 purchase. It is a bundle, and you get the stamp set, Wonderful Worlds, and then the designer series paper, which is 12 by 12" paper. And then there's a hostess stamp. You get this free when you host a party with Stampin' Up. And then when you join with Stampin' Up, we also talked about Making Plans collection. We just talked about that. So a lot going on. Well, here's the birthday card we're going to make. And when you open it up, it expands and it says sending birthday wishes on the inside. And this card is called an Expanding Trifold Miura card. It is a type of an origami card, but it's not that difficult to make. So we use the Sending Smiles polymer stamp set for the center part. And what I did is I used our Parakeet Party for the ink. And that's the same paper that I use, the Parakeet Party. It creates a tone-on-tone effect when you're using that same color. And I didn't use the dies, but I did buy it as a bundle because I know I've used these dies on other projects. And then we use the Hippest Hippo, and we use this one right here. And then we use Love You a Ton on the pail. And then we also use the dies, but the dies that we used I have on here. And I've already cut out the water splashes, the grass, and I cut the grass out using Garden Green and the Granny Apple Green. And then for the water, I used Tahitian Tide. So for the water goggles, I used Sweet Sherbet, and for the snorkel, I used the Sherbet as well. And then I used Basic White for the pail because I'm going to use Smoky Slate to color that in. On the first card, I used, this card here, I used the Smoky Slate paper, and then I colored in with the markers. And now I'm going to try it with just the Basic White and coloring it in. And then we'll do the Basic White for the hippo, and he'll get colored in, and then we'll come in and cut him out. So the paper we're going to need today is a 5.5 by 10.5 sheet of Basic White, and then a 3¼ inch by 5¼ inch of Basic White. And then we need 2 pieces of the designer series paper cut at 3¼ by 5¼ And then we need 2 pieces of designer series paper cut at 1¾ by 3¾ And these papers don't have a pattern on them, so it doesn't matter how I cut them out. Otherwise, you would want to cut these out like this, and then when you cut them, you would turn the angles on there. And I'll try to remember to talk about that when we get to cutting those. So let's go and start with our stamping. So let's do the pail. And I am going to take our Smoky Slate, and I've got the light Smoky Slate, and I am just going to color the entire pail in the light Smoky Slate. I'm trying to get it on the angle here. You don't want to just use the tip because that wears it down too much. And then when you come doing detailed coloring, it doesn't work as well. So, and I'm just going to leave that open. I'm going to come back in with a dark smoky slate. And I am going to come on this side and try and blend it in. I'm going to go across the back part. And then I'm just going to come back with my light smoky slate. I think I'm done with the dark. I'm not sure. We can always open that up again if we need to. And then I'm just going to blend it back in. I want to pull from the dark and go into the light. I think that'll work just fine. And I'm just making sure I don't have any dark stuck on there. And I'm just going to put that over here to dry. And let me just get a little bit on the handle here. And next we'll do our hippo, and I am just going to stamp them with our Memento ink. And then I'm going to take our pail and bring that back out here, and we will do our stamp of Love You a Ton in Memento ink as well. And then we can put this ink away and clean our stamps, because we don't want to put our stamps away dirty. So I am going to stamp them off. And then we'll use our Stampin' Scrub. And I've got our Stampin' Mist here. I haven't used it yet today, so I'm going to spray this with this mist here. That should take care of those. And then we're going to color in our hippo. And first I'm going to color the flower. And I am just going to use the light Daffodil Delight. And come in with the dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm pretty much just going to go over that same color. And then we're going to use our light Granny Apple Green. And do the same thing using the dark Granny Apple Green. And I'm trying to just go on the lower edge of that. So I didn't color the whole green leaf, but it's probably going to blend on its own. So I'm not going to bring out the light Granny Apple Green or the light Daffodil Delight, because it'll blend by itself. Then we'll just use our light Poppy Parade. I used the dark Cherry Cobbler on the previous one, and I just thought it was a little bit too dark. So I'm going to go with a lighter color. I'm doing the toenails too, but those are going to be hidden in the pail. Then I'm just going to take the light Smoky Slate and color him all in. And I'm coloring the bottom part of him, even though that is going to be buried in the pail too. And I just need to be careful around the eye because I don't want to color in his eye. We want to leave that white. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the dark smoky slate and color him on the left side of his body, and then come back with the light smoky slate and blend it. And I'm going to go above the nose section and into his hair, and we'll do his ears. Then we're going to go and use the light smoky slate, blending it in. And then I'm going to go and use my color lifter on his face. So kind of take the coloring back out of this area here. And that just gives it a little more texture in there than anything. And then we're going to have to die cut him. And what I will do is I'm going to use this template here, and I will tape that down. Let me get my cutting plate. So I am going to set it down on here. Because he's been cut out once before. And that tells me where the die is going to cut. I've got that all lined up there. And I'm going to put some tape on here, keep it from shifting when I roll. And I've got some tape up here too. Then I'm going to take the die and slip it in here. And you can feel it pops into place. So now that should be centered just properly. And then I'll just put them in here. And then see if we pull this up, this tape should release. And the tape that I'm using is Post-it tape. It's a cover tape. You can find this tape on Amazon. And see how well this was outlined? So we've got that one done. So I'm just going to put them on here with all these others, and we'll wait until we've got our cards constructed. We'll bring in our trimmer, and our trimmer has an extension arm on it that it goes all the way out to 17 inches. And that works well for scrapbookers. So this was a 10.5 piece by 5.5. We want to score it at 3.5 by 7 inches. So we're going to score it at 3.5 inches. And these are the vertical score lines. And we'll do the 7-inch. And I'm going back and forth because I want to make sure that it's a good score line. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we've got it at 7 inches here, and I'm going to take the 2-inch mark here, and I'm going to put it right in the track. I'm going to mark it right down in the track. Let me see where the track is. So I got a little mark down there. Then we're going to turn the paper. And we're going to line it up again at the 7-inch mark. And that should be put right on the track here. And do the same thing in 2 inches. I really like the fact that this is a clear plastic here. We can see that. Then we're going to take this and I'm going to put a little tick mark up here. And again, a little tick mark down here. Then we're going to take it and we'll score it on the diagonal. So I'm going to take this point here and have it in the track line here. And then I'm going to line that up in through here because again, I can see right through this plastic. And I just need to make sure I got my cutting blade all the way down because all we need is to score. So I'm going to line this up down here on that, and I'm going to score up and down. I want to get that really good. Then we'll do the same thing right here. So, and we want to connect this right here with the same spot down here. So I am going to bring this back down here, and it glides pretty well until you actually apply pressure, and that's when it does the scoring, when you apply pressure. And I go back and forth, so I'm breaking up the fibers so that it'll be easier to fold on that score line. Then I'm going to do the same thing down here. So I'm going to take this tick line and this corner, just bring this down here and score up and down, and then we'll do the same thing here. We've got this tick line right here, and we want to score that along the same. I don't know if you can see down here, going down here as well. And I'm just putting it, lining it up, and I'm scoring up and down. And I think that we can put this away for right now. So I am just going to take my eraser and erase those marks. Okay, now we're going to use our bone folder and score it. So here we did our folder here and here. So let's just flip this over. So now that is over here. And then we're going to fold this in and use our bone folder. You want to get a nice crisp edge on that. And I do it on both sides to make sure that I get that crispness in there. And then the next thing is you want to do is you want to take this and flip it right back and then fold this back over. And I do it again on both sides. So I'm just going to open that up and fold that, and I'm going to take it right back. So now when you open this up, it's like a Z fold, and we've got these fold lines right here. So we're going to fold that in. It almost folds by itself once you get it started. there you go. Very easy. And then I'm going to take my bone folder again and just take that on those edges there. Then we've got our bottom one that we need to take, and that one we're going to bring up and fold upward. So it's going to come up this way, fold upward and inward. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder again and do nice crisp edge. And I'd like to just go over this a couple different times, just making sure that we're getting all the edges nice and crisp. It does have a little buoyancy in it. I can't quite get that out. I think that's pretty good. I think I saw a little pencil mark yet up here. Just want to get that off from there. So this is the front of the card. So now we want to start putting in all our panels, and we need to still do some cutting on these. I thought we had these done already. We're going to take this, let me bring our trimmer back out, and I am going to mark this at 2 inches right here. And then we'll cut that right away. And this is a cut, not a fold, so I'm going to move that out of the way. That's our scoring tool. And we've got our blade right here. I don't have to reinsert the blade and, and then switch it back to the scoring tool. They just slide up and down on the track. And then I am going to take the next one and do the same thing. And since the pattern's the same, I can just flip it up here and mark it at 2 inches. And that is right on the track, so I am going to score that. And that should go that way. And then we've got these pieces here. And we would score one this way on the diagonals and score this one on the diagonals, but the pattern doesn't matter, so I'm just going to score them both the same way. So those should be all set. And then we've got this. And that one we need to take 2 inches off each side. So one we're going to do right here. Then I'm just going to turn it over and do the second side. And let's do this right here. And then we'll take this one right here, just lining up. And I'm just going to make sure I've got that taken care of. And there are some pencil marks on there, so let's just get those erased. These had no pencil marks, and there was a pencil mark here, a pencil mark here. So now these should be ready to go into our piece here. And let's just stamp this right away. And we have our sending birthday wishes that we want to do. So let's get that set up here. So we've got birthday wishes. Oh, you know what? I wanted this panel to be the Parakeet Party. So let me just see if I can't do that real quick. Okay, so now I have one of these in the green. So we can get rid of the white one. And it's going to fit right in here. So I am going to stamp it to fit in there. And I'm going to just cut this burr off here, just get it with this fingernail file. There we go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stamp this with the same ink, and it's just going to leave a darker color on that cardstock. I'm going to do it parallel. And then we'll do the same thing with the birthday wishes. And we'll have those be parallel as well. I'm sorry about my head sticking in there. And we can close this up. And we can clean these up too. So now we should be ready to do the assembly. We've got all our pieces cut out. So we're going to use our multi-purpose glue to glue this, and I've got it in this little glue bottle. It has a needle nose tip to it, and it helps me to put glue in smaller places. Probably don't need it for this purpose, but I'm going to use it anyways. And I am going to bring out my silicone mat so that I don't get glue all over everything. So let me get this down first. And I really got a lot of glue up there in that tip. I don't like that because I don't like it to ooze out through the tip portion. So I'm just going to have to, maybe if it does, we'll have to wipe it off. So I'm going to leave 1/8 of an inch around the border, along the top and the two sides and the bottom. And I'm going to use my boning folder to squeeze out the glue. And I'll use it on both sides. Okay, let's do the same thing on this one. And let's not go right at the beginning so that don't get quite as much glue in the corner. And again, we want to keep it 1/8 of an inch at the top, and the right and left side, and at the bottom as well. I think that's pretty close. I'm using my boning folder again. Then we'll do our center one. And let's try to make it 1/8 of an inch from the bottom as far as the top. Okay, and then we need to do these. Yes. I like use liquid glue when I'm gluing this. I think it's a little more easier to shift the paper around, but then it's also easier to shift the paper around. So because it doesn't set up right away, you kind of have to wait a little bit before you use that boning tool, boning folder, to squeeze out the air bubbles. Otherwise, you could possibly shift the paper. All right, let's get this one out. In this one, I'm leaving 1/16 of an inch at the top. Oops. I am going to use my bone folder now to get all those air bubbles out. Okay, so now we're going to put on our embellishments. So we've got our hippo here, and we can glue him to the inside of this tub here. And I'm going to glue it right here. Okay. Then we'll want to glue his goggles on. And I'm going to see if I can't get this glue going. A little bit sticky because it started to dry out on us. We had it sitting there open. And we're going to put them up here on his top of his nose. Now my fingers are starting to get sticky. And then that's going to just go down here. And then the rest we're going to have to glue after we get him in place. And we're going to put him on with dimensionals. And I've got some of here that I'm trying to use up the end of a sheet here. can't get some of these used up too. And take your pick tool and we'll pull those paper backings off the back. It really helps a lot when you have such a tiny surface area. See, my fingers are sticking to the other tape, and so let's see, we left off here. I can't get that one up. And then we're going to just put them on here. And then we're going to glue down our grass, and we'll take one garden green, glue that down, and then we'll glue one of the granny apple greens right next to that garden green. Then we'll put another garden green on the other side. Stuck to my finger. Okay, then we've got our water droplets. So let's see, we want to have 2 on this side. On the left side. And we'll get this one. Trying to get that. See if I can't get it with my take your pick tool. And then let's get this one. You can probably use your take your pick tool to pick it up there. Should have been doing that all along. There we go. And then I am going to see about using this rubber eraser. Probably have to clean up a few glue spots. So I think we are done with this card. I hope you like this project as much as I did. As you can see, it would work great with just about any sentiment stamp set. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you enjoyed today's video, would you do me 2 favors? Click the thumbs up emoji, which means you like it, and would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Mark your calendars. I'll be back Saturday, July 9th at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be doing something from the new mini catalog. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.